Hello, I am live, I believe, which is good. Quick Doncaster Scout. Please watch it when you can. We're going to go over stuff on the field anyway. All of the Scout things that you need to know on Wednesday night. I thought I'd get this out there just so you could see a breakdown of all their plays. You have had it all shared to you, but not the practice script. Okay, so let's go through it all. Sharing, we're good. Okay, so a dive. So again, we're going to see what we call this kind of full house three-back formation. They do it a couple of times. This is the only time that they motion to it. But it's just worth noting that they can motion to it and they can also do it from this alignment. I've only seen them run a dive out of it. Oh, sorry, a counter as well. You'll see that in a second. So basically, the two blockers block the edge guy, and then the running back just runs right up the middle. He's a big boy. We're going to have a job on our hands to keep tackling him this week. He's a good player. Okay, so you also run counter out of it, a bit of a weird one. They run the counter blocking to the right and then run the ball to the left. I imagine at some point the quarterback will pull it and go the other way. And let me just show you what that looks like. So there's one blocker there behind the tackle, one running back there, and then one running back there. So the guard, I think, and fullback are going to pull to this side of the field, and the running back and fullback are going to run to this side of the field. Just trying to misdirect you, confuse you. Potentially they got the blocking scheme wrong, but whatever, something to be wary of. Okay, standard spread. We're used to this stuff now. They will change their alignments quite a lot. Sometimes this guy will be more like a wing, where he's just outside of the tackle. Something to be wary of. But when they run the dive, they'll often run this little bubble with it. So watch this. So that's just DBs being disciplined. But front seven, look, we can see this box moving. We can see them blocking. Only thing to note is that sometimes these slots come try and crack down linebackers, but we're mainly going to be playing bump. So it's just about you guys doing your job, getting your reads right. Linebackers taking a forward step always on your first step. A little pop up forward. Okay, they also run hitches out of the spread formation. So just quick hitches on this side and then slants on this side of the field. So anything uncovered like that, there's no, just like in our scheme, where, that's just like ours, yeah? That's our Rover, our Sam and our Mike, and sometimes we kind of leave wide this side of the field. So they will try and hit us with this little hitch to the boundary. We'll deal with that. Our safety's got to come down on it. Our linebackers got to work with it. So just to clarify what I mean, So if this is our Rover, we're in bump. It's our Sam, it's our Mike, our boundary safety, and our cornerback. Now, if they do throw this, then you've essentially got all three of these guys rallying to it. And again, with our linebackers, we just really need a good drop. Open drop. So we use open. Yeah, we all know open. We've practiced open plenty of times. So make sure we're using our open drop. Okay, so this is slants. All four of them run slants. They've got this star receiver, this little kid in the yellow boots. They mainly throw to him, especially if they're throwing deep. But also, if one-on-one, he's their go-to guy. So DBs probably beware. Whoever is over the kid with the yellow boots, he's their number one receiver. He was in the gangsters as well. They'll run four verts. The only thing we need to be worried about in this is if we are in our kind of NFL package. But to be honest, we won't run NFL package versus spread this weekend. We will probably save that for when they've got kind of two back or three back. Mainly just going to be running star and bow. Okay, you've seen that a million times, I'm sure. They also will run the bubble, quick bubble, to number two. So rather than the hitch like we saw before, if they get this kind of uncovered look, he's just going to run a quick stop route or a bubble route. Something to be wary of again. If we leave the slots open like that, they are going to try and attack them. I don't mind that. That's part of the game. will run both sometimes and see if they want to throw it then. So yeah, not a lot to worry about there. But what we do need to be wary of is that they will run a fake off the bubble. Now, this is a really bad clip to show, to be honest. You see him run the bubble, and then you see the QB just do a really bad throw because he's got pressure in his face. But as you can see, the outside guy was running a fade. So to clarify, they do run a bubble fake, something our cornerbacks need to be wary of, particularly on the bracket side. On the star side, spy side, it should be pretty straightforward. They will also run power. So for our middle linebackers, we read the triangle. Yeah, we read guard, center guard, backfield, and just making sure we're seeing what's going on. So if I'm at this linebacker here and I'm watching the line, I've seen this guy pull. As soon as you see this pull, bang, 57 should be the hammer, 55 in the nail. This isn't good enough. We're way better than this, guys. So we got to move faster than this Shropshire boys. Now, off the back of power, they also run a little fin concept, a fade and an in. They'll run this fade and an in with a power concept up front. So watch this. So in the line, we're linebackers, we're reading this. He's pulling, power, we've got a slam in here, hammer and nail. But, if we get a run read, we've got to play a run. But as our DBs, as they're in this kind of coverage, one of the things that Star will allow us to do is if our bracket safety is reading that, or if our free safety is reading that, you'll see that even though they're on power, DB's looking to pull it. So just being really disciplined with your eyes, DBs, as ever. Trips, they're also going to run dive out of this. So, 3 receivers on that side, they'll just run the standard dive. On this weak side of the field, because we're running, because of the coverage we're running, if we're in star, we might throw some tiger in here. But as standard, I just need this safety to come, help run support and rob number 1. Stick. All right, this is their most used concept as a whole. So across their entire playbook, and they did it against us last time, this is their go-to play. Now, you can't see their number 3 receiver here. He's stood like a wing. He's right on the edge of the play. But there's 1, there's 2, there's 3. And basically, you see a quick out from number 2, and you see kind of a hitch route from number 3. And this is their classic play. They've run this for many years. It's a very easy read for the quarterback because he literally just looks to this. If this is an open, he looks to this. Very simple. They're just trying to get the ball out of their hands very quickly. And if they think they've got a good matchup, they'll throw to this side of the field. I haven't really seen them throw to the weak side, but that's why we'll run some tiger over here, okay? There is a variation of it. Again, look, this guy's kind of a wing position just outside of the tackle. There is a variation where rather than run this little kind of stop here, he actually runs like a deeper out route. See that? So similar thing, when we're in our normal base stuff, our rover, as he does his shuffle technique back here, he'll see this come across his face. And if they do want to throw it, that's a pick. And then from our Sam position here, normal drop technique. And then, yeah, he might hit you there, but it's just about coming down on it and finishing the play. That's pretty much all I want to see. What's next? Stick. They'll also run stick out of duo. Now it looks basically the same. This is although we said 1 is trips and 1 is duo, I mean it's pretty similar, yeah. 1, 2, and 3 just outside of the tackle. Well, then they got 1, 2, and 3 just inside of the tackle. Like it's not a very different alignment. But when he's in this position inside of the tackle, it's much more often a run. So just to clarify, mainly when he's there kind of inside behind the tackle, this is a run play. I'll show you their main runs in a minute, but they also run a pass out of it. He's going to run up here and that little kind of hitch out, and then he's going to run that little stop out route. Ready? Stick. So there's the out. That's the nice quick hitting one they want to do, but then they'll also run that little hitching out there. It's a nice little play. Everyone knows the UCF offense, one of the best offenses of college football. This is one of their go-to plays. They run it better than this, but still. Okay, so as I mentioned, when they've got that guy in the backfield, especially if he's like this, you see how far in he is now? He's like over the B gap. The more in he is, the more likely he is to be blocking the run. And what he does is he looks to kick out the backside end, and then you get him pretty much a zone or dive block to the right there. It's kind of a zone block, but not really. And realistically, we just need fight pressure with pressure on this side of the field from a D-line perspective, and then a linebacker be the hammer, come down and just force that run as much as you can. They'll also run the dive where the wing is away from the running back, or you might be towards the running back, but away from the two receivers. So sometimes they'll run spread where he's like there, but then sometimes it's duo and he's here. They pretty much always run the ball away from where he blocks, though. So if he's aligned this side, they're running it this way, and then he's just kicking out the backside end. Watch this. So here, see that? It's just kicking out the backside end, and then they're running the ball here. This shouldn't happen to us because this is our B gap. We just need our Sam to be that hammer, come downhill and smack that. That'll be tough with this big boy this week. Yeah, he's a big lad. Got to hit him low. We know this. They also run snag out of this. It's the only real passing concept out of this duo. So they've got stick and snag. That's it. So you can get a corner out from number 2. You can get like a slant curl from number 1, and then a release from this receiver. Bear in mind, they're in a different alignment now. They're in this kind of split back look where he's back level behind the quarterback. The only time we see them in this split look, it's a pass play. Okay? It's a pass play. He's just blocking him, and then on this side we get corner route, curl route, and swing. And it was an interception this time around, but you can see what they're trying to do. It's not an easy play to deal with. Okay, that's everything. Appreciate your time, guys. We'll do some recaps of film as well at some point. Let me know if you have any questions.